Social media comments. Amazon reviews. The Mountain Men's 3 Wolf Moon Short Sleeve Tee. 5 out of 5 stars. It's like a redneck magical pumpkin that doesn't end at 12 AM. Once I apply the magical wolf's fabric to my chest, my mullet grew like Odin's beard. My rusted tea top Firebird turned sweet candy apple red, and my white snake tape started playing its body moving melodies once again. God, life is good. 5 out of 5 stars. A cautionary tale. I bought this product as a gift for my beautiful wife. We have 3 sons and she loves the military green color. I thought this gift would be perfect with its 3 wild wolves representing the 3 small pups we have at home, while the rest represents me as her moon and stars. Upon arrival, I decided to reveal this wonderful gift to her early, as I could not contain the thoughtfulness that went into this Valentine's Day present. Her reaction was different than I anticipated. I thought for sure she'd be excited. When I pulled the shirt out of its plastic sleeve, there was a look of awestruck wonder that had appeared on my wife's face. For a moment, I thought that she may have mistaken this shirt for tickets to Disney World or a few scratch-offs, as her expression of joy was one I had not seen since the last time I surprised her with an Oreo blizzard. With the fury of the she-wolf that had dwelt long in slumber deep down in her bones, she attacked me and stole the shirt from my grasps. Before I could open my eyes, she had adorned said shirt and had me pinned to the floor. She leaned in close and began sniffing my head and neck. I could feel her honing in on my jugular, and it was at this time I first feared for my life. Suddenly, in one swift motion, she took me straight from the floor and threw me over her shoulder. I felt like an innocent kettlebell being manhandled during an afternoon wood. The last thing I remember is the weightlessness I felt as I soared through the air. I landed so hard on our bed that I blacked out. I can't say what happened next. This may be due to the head trauma I sustained, or perhaps it is my subconscious doing all it can to protect my now fragile psyche, blocking the experience from my recollection. I woke up 2 days later. I am not sure where she is now. Our pillows and cushions have been ripped to pieces in the living room, and cotton covers the floors like a winter wonderland. All the shoes in the house have been torn up, and it appears someone used the business end of a toilet brush as a chew toy. Our home is eerily quiet. The silence is periodically broken by moans that I can only assume are coming from an injured cat in the distance. There are claw marks on the back door as it swings wide open, allowing the cold February air to fill our home. I am scared to leave. I've now locked myself in the bathroom and am writing this review for the safety and concern I have for other husbands. Take my advice. For Valentine's Day, get her a gift card. 5 out of 5 stars. 5 stars. Currently running the countryside with a pack of wolves after having put on this shirt. Will review later. 5 out of 5 stars. You're going to think I'm crazy, but when I opened the box it came in, I actually heard wolves in the far distance. When I actually put the shirt on, the hairs on my arm stood up and I could hear my own heartbeat. I was instantly hungry and ate 3 steaks, raw. Afterwards I fell into a deep sleep and was exposed to a crazy fever dream. I could hear warm drums and the chants of Native American warriors. They were calling me to come join them, to quench the thirst for blood, to wage war and unleash my animal instincts. I awoke to a massive erection that lasted for days. I haven't put the shirt on since. It's in a box, that's inside of a box, that's inside of a box, that's inside of a closet, that's inside of a room, that's inside of a basement, that's inside of a house. That's inside of a neighborhood that I don't visit anymore. I can still hear it calling to me. Only buy this shirt if you think you can handle it. 5 out of 5 stars. Career Development Fertilizer. Received this shirt just in time for my job interview. After seeing my awesome attire, the interviewing manager offered me his job. Of course I accepted. I asked what he was going to do now. He said he would like to post for the position that I had came in to interview for. I told him that he was not qualified, but I did wish him well in his future endeavors. 5 out of 5 stars. My boyfriend who's already very hot bought it and wore. My boyfriend who's already very hot bought it and wore it, and he now looks even hotter. I can't resist him. This shirt has powers. 5 out of 5 stars. Total Eclipse. I purchased this shirt recently after reading some amazing reviews about this shirt summoning magical powers. Those reviews weren't kidding around. I wore my 3 Wolf shirt for the first time on August 21st, 2017, and the most amazing thing occurred. My day started out better than most. People were greeting me with smiles and esteem. I thought the magic of the shirt had done its job, until around midday the shirt one-upped itself. It must have summoned the power of the moon and all its glory to upstage the sun. The sky became dark like a sunset. The moon covered the sun completely as my shirt was met with glory of the power it possesses. I took it off soon after because I was afraid its power was too great. I recommend this shirt to anyone wanting to have a well-made t-shirt. George Takei. 5 out of 5 stars. Howl at the heavens. This shirt has changed my life. Before, I couldn't walk through the aisles at Walmart, graze on the buffet at Sizzler, or even take in a round at my local miniature golf course, without people pointing and saying, "Hey, you're that Zulu guy from Star Wars, aren't you?" Even if I wore sunglasses, I'd still get mistaken for Yoko Ono. But with the Mountain 3 Wolf Moon short sleeve tee, the shirt now draws the eye. One young teen even shyly approached me, and instead of asking for a picture or an autograph, simply smiled conspiratorially and whispered, "Team Jacob, right?" Me, too. He's so dreamy. Yes, he is, young lady. Yes, he is. 5 out of 5 stars. Effects may vary based on the phases of the moon. I bought this shirt as part of my Halloween costume. My best hopes were that it delivered the promise of turning me into a wolf. If not, I figured I'd still have a bitchin' shirt to wear to the Halloween party. Instead, I was transformed into a disappointed golden retriever. On the bright side, I got a bunch of belly rubs from attractive women. 5 out of 5 stars. Poor Granny. I knew this shirt would boba my already moist fess, but I wasn't prepared for how it would affect my dear old granny. My grandmother's doctor prescribed dancing to help with her collared hips. She gets frustrated easily now that her heats have stopped, so I have to step lightly so as not to stir her gravy outside the pot, so to speak. As you have probably already guessed, the wolves didn't help one bit. I found my sweet old Grammy with the Mountain 3 Wolf Moon shirt one evening after a particularly robust session with her favorite Guns N' Roses tapes. Bath time was over and I was putting her sponges in the oven to dry when I heard a deafening howl from upstairs. I ran, and when I got to the top, it seems the deed was done. Grandmother was in the middle of the floor doing what appeared to be chasing the old caboose. She had caught it and clamped down, her dentures were still in, and the bite woke her from the libidinous trance the wolves had put her in while I was downstairs copulating. Long story short, she is now carrying a litter and is due in May on the full moon, as is tradition. 5 out of 5 stars. Buyer beware. Wore this for my bachelor party. Didn't have good time. Too much attention from women. The groomsman and I all wore wolf shirts for my bachelor party. It was great, except every woman we passed basically threw themselves at us. We couldn't go anywhere without a horde of women following us trying to mate. We played laser tag and we all shot with 100% accuracy and maxed out the high scores. The high school kid running the place bowed down to us and said he's never seen anyone get scores half as high or be followed by women half as beautiful. We ran into Donald Trump at a bar in NYC and he said, "Cool shirt, that makes me want to run for president." So, buyer beware. This will have a significant impact on your life and the lives of all who see it. 5 out of 5 stars. Will make you a god. I had been preparing for months to be the dungeon master for a group of players who were brand new to Dungeons and Dragons. I read the books, I bought the dice, I thought I had everything prepared for what I hoped to be a fun and engrossing evening. 5 days before the game I knew there was something missing. I bought energy drinks, that wasn't it. I created a playlist based on the soundtrack to Conan the Barbarian, that wasn't it. Then I passed the hall mirror and saw myself. Non-authoritative, pallid, weak and most importantly, just too mundane. The epiphany struck. I ordered the 3-wolf shirt with express shipping. It was lost in the cogs of my local PO and I thought about cancelling the night. But my faith preserved me and I was rewarded with the arrival of my power totem the day of my game. I hand washed it in cold water and as the rich, indigo dye swirled around my hands I could feel the power and confidence of a 3-wolf pack shudder into my veins like an 4 of pure awesome. The shirt fits perfectly. The adventure was a rousing success and the confidence and authority that was channeled directly from the moon over my heart made me a god that night. I may have to purchase in another color just to feel the primal rush surge through me from another chromatic perspective. 5 out of 5 stars. Dual function design. This item has wolves on it which makes it intrinsically sweet and worth 5 stars by itself. But once I tried it on, that's when the magic happened. After checking to ensure that the shirt would properly cover my girth, I walked from my trailer to Walmart with the shirt on and was immediately approached by women. The women knew from the wolves on my shirt that I, like a wolf, am a mysterious loner who knows how to howl at the moon from time to time, if you catch my drift. The women that approached me wanted to know if I would be their boyfriend and or give them money for something they called meth. I told them no, because they didn't have enough teeth, and frankly a man with a wolf shirt shouldn't settle for the first thing that comes to him. I arrived at Walmart, mounted my courtesy scooter, walking is such a drag, sitting side saddle so that my wolves would show. While I was browsing tube socks, I could hear aroused asthmatic breathing behind me. I turned around to see a slightly sweaty dream in sweatpants and flip-flops standing there. She told me she liked the wolves on my shirt. I told her I wanted to howl at her moon. She offered me a swig from her Mountain Dew, and I drove my scooter, with her shuffling alongside out the door and into the rest of our lives. Thank you wolf shirt. Pros, fits my girthy frame, has wolves on it, attracts women. Cons, only 3 wolves, could probably use a few more on the guns, cannot see wolves when sitting with arms crossed, wolves would have been better if they glowed in the dark. 5 out of 5 stars. Wanted after showing up to the interview in this bad boy and a blazer. Instantly got the job I always wanted after showing up to the interview in this bad boy and a blazer. The only downside is they offered me too much for the position and it knocked me up a tax bracket. 9.5 out of 10. 5 out of 5 stars. Hurricane? Not with this shirt. Our family went to Florida for a vacation this past fall. The day before we left, I received my 3-wolf moon shirt. Thank God, I felt the need to leave it in the plastic, as the torrent of energy pouring out of the tape top was already too much for the moment. Once we arrived in FL, the chatter of an impending hurricane started. That's when the 3-wolf moon shirt's tribal beat began to penetrate my subconscious. Around the time it was 24 hours till landfall, it felt like a village of drum-toting Oompa Loompas had surrounded our condo and were destroying the beaver-skinned toms with precise rhythmic accuracy. I have no idea how anyone slept through that. But at the same time, it was calming. Like being wrapped in a giant, warm, invisible tortilla painted like a reversible American flag with fireworks on one side and Willie Nelson on the other. The day the hurricane was to make landfall, I woke up already dressed in my 3 Wolf Moon shirt after dreaming of Old Spice aftershave and Walmart jewelry. I am positive it looked like one of those 1980s quick change scenes where the good guy needs his lucky hat. And then, bam. One split frame later, and 6 into the left, he's wearing the hat. That night, the 3 Wolf Moon shirt had also hacked my cell phone, because I discovered several posts on my MySpace page, detailing the where, when all the cool stuff was going to go down. It worked because the amount of women that were walking on the beach in front of our condo was incredible. They obviously must have been attracted to the Old Spice aftershave and Walmart jewelry dreams. Or they stalk my MySpace page. Take your pick. The next number of hours were a total haze. There were women, and beer, and a 3 Wolf Moon shirt, and beer, and a Barbie kite, and beer, and a hurricane that was running wild and scared. What happened between the 3 Wolf Moon shirt and the hurricane will never fully be understood, but everyone knew we were going to be safe. What happened between myself and all those women will never fully be understood either, but we all agreed the ending of GOT was the greatest series finale of all time, and that Roadhouse is the greatest movie of all time. Obviously. When it was all over, the hurricane was gone. And women were gone. All that was left was some beer, a Barbie kite, and a dude in a 3 Wolf Moon shirt with a crapload of new MySpace friends. Who the heck is Tom, anyway? 5 out of 5 stars. K9 Musk and Pinto Pride. Prior to ordering, I believed that all of the magic that was promised was pure tomfoolery, but my god was I mistaken. Upon arrival, the package was trembling as it attempted to contain its contents. As I faced the shirt for the first time, my acne cleared and my hair grew 3 inches. I was in awe. As soon as I put it on, my dogs no longer barked at me. They seemed to recognize my new status as alpha in the house. I grabbed the keys to my Ford Pinto and drove to the nearest Home Depot. Before I entered there was chaos. 2x4s falling from the shelves, people falling from ladders, 2 women fighting over the last pack of Big League Chew, but when they saw me in all my glory it all stopped. They halted before my majestic wolf pack. Because of the K9 Musk that I emitted in that store, I am happy to announce that I have a date with the lead cashier Peggy. So you could say the wolf pack has grown to 5. 5 out of 5 stars. Wow, look at all that cotton. Some say the man makes the clothes, but dear reader, let me tell you, the clothes do indeed make the man. I too am still in possession of one of these majestic pieces of cotton sleeved tunics. Approximately every 4-6 weeks I must request a new one in hopes that the amount of mystique can replace the previous one, to which I am always relieved that I have not been disappointed. This article of clothing single-handedly provides me with an amazing neck beard and is a terrific complement to my handkerchief necktie and fedora. Now if you will excuse me, I must go back to playing Pokemon Go naked in the woods somewhere.